Mr. Sri Sri Shankar and his delegation members of Tel Aviv University Business Academic Forum. Most of us meet regularly at various business and academic venues. This morning, we meet with a special opportunity to initiate a dialogue on spirituality and money with Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, an universally respected spiritual and humanitarian leader. As managers of business corporations, we must provide profit for our stockholders subject to the law and ethics. Today, we have the opportunity to openly address and discuss the question of money and spirituality. Can they go together? As managers and employers, we aspire to differentiate ourselves and brand our actions as those of social responsibility and added value. Recent research shows that businesses that act upon values of social responsibility and assimilate a spiritual approach succeeded in promoting their company's financial bottom line and also their soft outcomes of creating a sense of belonging among employees. Our role as a representative of the business sector who support Tel Aviv University is part of our dream of Israel as a better society, a place where enlightenment and social values rule. With us this morning, one of our generation's greatest visionaries, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, whose mission of uniting the world into a violence-free family has inspired millions of people worldwide. In order to make this mission a reality, Sri Sri travels to more than 140 countries around the world and lectures almost on a daily basis, as it happens today. Sri Sri is involved in peace talks and consulting work in areas of conflict around the world, such as Sri Lanka, Kashmir, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kosovo, and more, where he meets with the leaders of states. He initiates international forums. For example, in January 2005, he has initiated an international congress of imams and rabbis. Governments and organizations around the world have recognized the honored Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and his endless services to humankind. Sri Sri is a renowned spiritual leader and humanitarian who dreams for a better world, but he is also an excellent manager with an ability to conduct even the most complicated operations. In February 2006, Sri Sri organized the Jubilee anniversary of his organization, Art of Living. 2.5 million people from all the world participated in the conference. The conference was lack of problems and delays at all. I welcome, on behalf of all of you, Mr. Sri Sri to have the dialogue with us. And personally, maybe we shall have a better understanding how we should deal with the conflict in our region.
And I would like to congratulate Israel for its ideal developmental projects. The progress it has made, those tiny country, the developing world has a lot to learn from Israel. This is my second visit to Israel. In my previous visit, I was taken to different departments here and shown how the agriculture happens, how the security is here. And this is the first time I'm interacting with the business community of Israel, so I'm happy and would like to know more from you rather than me telling something to you. As you know, peace and prosperity go together. If there is peace, there is more prosperity. The whole world today is interested in having peace in the Middle East. the whole world. But we know the problem the world faces today is terrorism, and it's not going to vanish so quickly, so fast. Of the two major communities in the world which is struck by terrorism, one is India, other is Israel. No other country is affected by terrorism as much as these two countries, especially India. Every month in the last year there has been a terror attack. This is due to the fanaticism, fundamentalism, which I feel can only be quelled through educating children in a multicultural, multi-religious manner. Now, when a child grows up thinking only I go to heaven, everybody else go to hell, they create hell for everybody else, isn't it? What do you say? Isn't it so? So we need to change the mindset among children to embrace everyone with love. And this effort we have been doing, irrespective of the religious background, cultural background, doesn't matter. Say, mind can become calm. Because the mind vacillates between past and future. It's angry about the past and anxious about the future all the time. To bring this mind to the present moment, where it is able to move forward, forgetting, about the past and not being anxious about the future, but taking with a big hope to the future. I would say that we have taught people how to do everything other than learning to manage their own mind. Because from children, they get anger, they get jealousy, they get hatred. We tell them, don't get angry, don't be jealous, don't be greedy, don't feel bad, don't get depressed. But we don't tell them how not to get depressed, how not to undergo all these negative emotions. This is where I thought we have to use the power of breath. Because breath is the link between mind and body. With the power of breath, we are able to calm the mind and improve our perception, our observation, our expression in life. So breathing has helped millions of people to cleanse their own mind. So irrespective of their religious background, or the cultural background, identity, something that is useful to calm the mind and feel happy from within, I felt is the property of the whole world. So we must share with everybody. So since then we started doing this, sharing this knowledge, and we have had a very good response of people getting rid of anger and hatred, and also fear. Here also in Israel, all along the border fence where people have so much fear, they couldn't sleep at all, because any time, any moment there could be an explosion, there could be a bomb attack, there could be a terror attack. These people could also get over those anxiety and become calm and could, have the endurance. This type of work is happening. But with the business today, more relevant to the business world, as you know how our business markets have crashed. It took nearly 10 years for communism to go from the world. It took less than 10 months for capitalism to collapse. Just less than 10 months. It's just the greed of a few people has made millions around the world suffer. This is unfortunate. So we have this conference on corporate culture and spirituality where we have to sit and think how, and there are examples among you. Many of you have done your job with honesty, with integrity, with truthfulness. But your example had to come in front of people. They should realize, see, this company has been very responsible, or this company has been doing business with integrity and honesty. So that would inspire the young business people in the world. With this idea, we have been doing this corporate culture spirituality, where people realize that trust is the backbone of business. And if trust is lost, everything is lost. So this idea is being promoted more and more, so that young people have an opportunity to be inspired. You know, when we were all children, we used to hear so many stories of Mahatma Gandhi. And inspired, you know, we used to get so inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's work. But today that leading examples are needed in the field of business for young people to do business with honesty and integrity. Don't you think so? So that we have started, called corporate culture and spirituality. Spirituality to me means all that which uplifts the spirit. Anything that would bring up your joy, your enthusiasm, harmony, creates more compassion and sense of belongingness with everybody. And one word about the brain drain, as you have been earlier discussing. You know, today, America, the Jewish community is so strong in America and very well organized. I have been a keynote speaker in their centenary celebration 2 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago, there was a centenary celebration, American Jewish organization. A very well organized, and they contribute to the growth of American cities, American economy. As a big contribution. In India also we have the Jewish community, very small, but very powerful, very nice community. Very old Jewish communities there from in Kerala from thousands of years. You must have heard about it, you would have known. And then in Mumbai also. See, these two streams of thought, Torah and the Vedas, are the most ancient on the planet Earth. The oldest of the religion is Judaism on one hand, and on the other hand, the Hindu way of life, Hinduism. And there are a lot of similarities, which I'm not going to speak about it here. But we both say one thing. You say Shalom, and we say Om Shanti. Om Shanti, let there be peace. Let us all be united. The world is one beautiful family. This message we need to take everywhere, to every doorstep. One is individual peace. You know, peace is not just absence of conflict. It is a positive inner emotion. When we feel happy, only then I would consider we are peaceful. So that happiness had to be rekindled. You know, in Israel, among the youth, there is a lot of frustration. Quite a bit of suicidal attempts are also happening. These youths need to be guided into inner peace. And this can happen just with the breath. I usually say we need to secularize the religion, socialize the business, and spiritualize the politics. Secularize the religion means any religious leader cannot say, I care for only my people. He should care for all the people in the world. An imam cannot say, my responsibility is only to Muslims. He should say, my responsibility to see all the people in the world be happy. Similarly, a Christian priest or a rabbi or a Hindu priest, they can only say, I care for all the, in Sanskrit we say, Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. May all the people on the planet be happy. This is what I mean by secularizing the religion. Then the fanaticism, terrorism will disappear. This second is, I would say, spiritualize the politics. If the politicians are spiritual, they care for people, the corruption and nepotism will all disappear from politics. We'll get back to the era of Mahatma Gandhi, where people really were caring for, well, the politicians were caring for people. And then socialize the business. I mean to say, every business corporation should take some social responsibility. Help out destitutes, help out women, children. Not just give them money, but also care for their well-being. See, if all your employees are happy, see, if all your employees are they have integrity, they have commitment. If not, call them, sit with them, talk to them, you know. If you don't have time for it, you know, we can do it for you. We have what we call the Apex program, where 4 days, all business, you know, in many 200-300 business companies have used this Apex program, where the youngsters, where the employees are given the commitment and happiness from within, because happiness is something that comes from within us. Okay. So with these few words, I'll open the floor for some questions if you have. If you have any questions, then I will talk about it.
No one will disagree with your noble ideas. But maybe, you know, because I'm a little bit narrow-minded, actually I ask myself whether, when it comes to the conflict between us and the Palestinian and other Arab states, what are we going to do tomorrow? What are the action items in order to promote your noble ideas? In, you know, let's take, you know, one idea that the Imam, you know, will say, we take care for all believers, not only the Muslims, and the Rabbi will say, you know, we take care for all the believers, not only the Jews. And it comes, you know, and so what actually we have to do tomorrow, because at the moment, the extremists dictate the course of events.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct. First of all, this interfaith dialogues and education to these people are essential. Second is, the people of the same community will have to identify the extremists and isolate them. For this, a neutral person needs to be there. You know, a third party will have to come and facilitate them, tell them, look, these are the extremist-minded people. You have to isolate them. You have to educate them, reorient them, bring them together. As you saw in our, you know, in this video, we worked in Kashmir. There were 1,500 Hezbollah Mujahideen group terrorists who were transformed, and then these people come and say, we were doing something that was wrong. We were killing people. There were Al-Qaedas who were caught in the prison in India with whom we worked. So first step tomorrow, I would say, is work in the prisons with those terrorists. Through them, contact those other terrorists who are out there in the world, bring them this education, spiritual experience, a transformation in their mindset. I know it's not an immediate work. It gives result in a long term. In 2001, nobody could go into Kashmir. The business was shut. There was no electoral processes. The Kashmir, state of Kashmir was in a mess. Then with our work till 2004, a big shift has happened. Today, 69% of people voted in Kashmir. Business have started. Though it took 5, 6, 7 years, drop by drop, we could bring some difference, some transformation there. So similarly, if we can have, say, 100 youths working for this cause in Israel and Palestine, train those people to think from a different perspective, I'm sure we can find greater peace. Yeah? How money and spirituality can go together, okay. You know, spirituality is uplifting the spirit, your consciousness. Money is for your comfort. Money brings you comfort in your material level. You know, we earn spending half of our health to gain wealth. And then we spend half of our wealth to regain the health. And usually it doesn't work. So taking care of your health, because health is the best wealth one can have, is part of spirituality. And with money, I would say, if you are money should be kept in your pocket, not in your head. If you keep thinking about money all the time, you can't even enjoy the money that you have produced. So money is needed, but something which is more necessary than money is that humanness, is that happiness that money cannot buy. Yeah.
We are living today in a very complicated world. Part of it because everything is so transparent. When we were children, we could dream dreams and think that things are different. What do you think is the role of the young generation, people at the age of 20 to 30, in this complicated world? Because it's different from the role of our generation.
Correct. You know, in the present generation doesn't worry so much about what others think about them. They are not interested in showing off as much as the previous generation used to do. The wealth is a status symbol, or respect symbol, but that is no longer in the younger generation. This is something very good. They earn money just for themselves, not to show a status, not to show it to others. And younger generation has become, I would say they have become much more intelligent, because they very soon see that people have a lot of money, but they don't have happiness. They are not friendly, they are not happy, they're always stuck. So younger generation feels that they need to really get maximum out of their life. That difference is there. And it is a process of evolution. It will keep evolving. Only thing is that generation gap need to be bridged. This can happen with understanding, with education. I would say youths are very brilliant these days. They're very, very thoughtful. If they don't fall in the trap of alcohol or drug abuse. This is the danger for the younger generation today. If they are allured into all sorts of intoxication, which is a sorry state.
Thank you very much. We invite you to come more to our region since there is a lot to do in order to make your words, your ideas a reality.